Hey there. So, I hope everybody's doing okay this afternoon. Today is June 16th. It's a Tuesday. And I wanted to just do like weekly Proverbs, but I felt compelled to read out of a book today from Ecclesiastes. I see a lot of people just on my feed and around. I'm feeling energies. People are a little depressed. People are feeling a little uncertain. There's a feeling of people feeling overlooked, feeling unnoticed, just feeling bad, feeling down. And in times like that, Ecclesiastes has really helped me through some really sad times because it shines light into that world of depression and into sometimes that feeling we get when, we just don't have any kind, we're not compelled to do anything, we have no interest in anything, and you're just feeling down. So I'm gonna go ahead and read from Ecclesiastes today, and you tell me what you think about it. And I really urge you to, pick up this Bible and just read a couple scriptures. And the New Living Translation is probably, my Bible's really jacked up, but the New Living Translation is sometimes easier to read than the King James because it has all that thou and that art in it and stuff. But anyway, so let's proceed. Enough of me, I ramble. So it's going to be Ecclesiastes Chapter 9. I'm going to read the entire chapter. So this is actually titled Death Comes to All. Now, I know that sounds ominous. You're like, girl, you trying to help me with depression? What do you mean death comes to all? But just hear me out, okay? All right, so Ecclesiastes 9, Death Comes to All. This too I carefully explored. Even though the actions of godly and wise people are in God's hands, no one knows whether God will show them favor. The same destiny ultimately awaits everyone, whether righteous or wicked, good or bad, ceremonially clean or unclean, religious or irreligious. Good people receive the same treatment as sinners, and people who make promises to God are treated like people who don't. It seems so tragic that everyone under the sun suffers the same fate. That is why people are not more careful to be good. Instead, they choose their own mad course, for they have no hope. There is nothing ahead but death anyway. There is hope only for the living. As they say, it's better to be a live dog than a dead lion. The living at least know they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, nor are they remembered. Whatever they did in their lifetime, loving, hating, envying, is long gone. They no longer play a part in anything here on earth. So go ahead, eat your food with joy, and drink your wine with a happy heart, for God approves of this. Wear fine clothes with a splash of cologne. Live happily with the woman you love through all the meaningless days of life that God has given you under the sun. The wife God gives you is your reward for all your earthly toil. Whatever you do, do well. For when you go to the grave, there will be no work or planning or knowledge or wisdom. I've observed something else under the sun. The fastest runner doesn't always win the race. The strongest warrior doesn't always win the battle. The wise sometimes go hungry, and the skillful are not necessarily wealthy. And those who are educated don't always lead successful lives. It is all decided by chance, by being in the right place at the right time. This is the Bible, okay? People can never predict when hard times may come. Like fish in a net or birds in a trap, people are caught by sudden tragedy. Here is another bit of wisdom that has impressed me as I have watched the way our world works. There was a small town with only a few people, and a great king came with his army and besieged it. A poor wise man knew how to save the town, and so it was rescued. But afterward, no one thought to thank him. So even though wisdom is better than strength, those who are wise will be despised if they are poor. What they say will not be appreciated for long. Better to hear the quiet words of a wise person than the shouts of a foolish king. Better to have wisdom than weapons of war. But one sinner can destroy much that is good. Okay. So that's Ecclesiastes 9. And, if you're listening to this, if you're looking at this, you're looking. You can see, you can hear. That's some of the battle. That's some of the, maybe I'm okay. Maybe. Now, when I read that verse that said that people can never predict when the hard times may come, like fish in a net or birds in a trap, people are caught by sudden tragedy. I'm sure some people heard of this, but it was a few years back, not too long ago, and a woman, I want to say it was somewhere in the Midwest, she and her entire family, they went out like on a boat trip, to go on a boat whale watching, I believe, and she had her kids with her. It was, I believe, 11 people in total or so. And they all went out there, and they were gonna have a family day, and unfortunately something happened. Waters got choppy, and the boat ended up sinking, capsizing, and her whole family drowned. And she was left. She survived, but her entire family drowned. Imagine, she was getting ready, they were getting ready to go. It was going to be a fun day. All of a sudden. And, they always say that, certain things they say, bad things happen to good people. And, everything was going so good. And it's true. And so that's why it's we never know what's going to come our way. Our best bet, we always pray, God, don't give me more than I can bear. And that's all I can hope for. Is that whatever does come my way, that somehow I'll have the strength, to be able to overcome. Because all life is really a lot of overcoming. Because a lot of bad and unfair things happen to so many people on this planet. Probably every person on earth thinks something unfair has happened to them, And, people always say what goes around comes around, and, like how Chris Rock had this really funny stand-up, and how it says sometimes it just seems like it does not coming back around, It seems like the terrible people are getting away with everything, and, the good people are suffering. We're under the boot of the wicked, but, you never know how those cards are gonna fall. If your heart is still beating, you're still walking around and you're still on this planet, your story's not over. You have to go on. Somebody is depending on you. As down as you feel, somebody wants you around. Really. So as long as we're here, as long as you're here, make the best. Make the best of it as you can. As you said, drink that food, I drink that food. I mean, eat the food, drink the wine. And just, don't be too much. Just be cool. Don't overdo anything. Moderation. And, this book, Ecclesiastes, was written by King Solomon, which was King David's son, I believe. I need to research more. I keep running my mouth not knowing exactly, but King Solomon, he had a lot of concubines. He had everything. I mean, everything you could ever imagine. And he still felt sad. Why do you think some of these celebrities are saying certain things? Some people say that they wish they were dead and they're celebrities. They have all the money, everything you thought you'd ever want. You got billionaires jumping out of windows. You know, you had, what's her name? Kate Spade committed suicide. You know, really successful. You had Anthony Bourdain. What is happiness? What is that? What is that deep sadness that takes over, that would make someone want to take their own life? You know, depression is a feeling. You know, anger is a feeling. Jealousy is a feeling. Guilt is a feeling. And you can change a feeling. You can change a feeling. You can make the choice to be happy. And I just have compassion, you know, for anyone out there who's going through anything. And I'm rooting for you. I ask that you root for me. And I'm just wanted to keep it short, but I really wanted to share that today because I just felt like maybe somebody needed to hear it. And there are other, you know, chapters in Ecclesiastes, like chapter 7 is really good. Chapter 3 is really good, you know. Just read the whole book. It's a really short book. Let me see. It's right after Proverbs. You could even read the whole Proverbs in one sitting. Nobody's asking you to read the whole Bible, you know. Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes. That's how much it is. It's a very short book. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pages. Read Ecclesiastes. And then see how you feel. You're not going to feel alone. It just, look, I can only speak for myself, but Ecclesiastes just made me feel like God understands. Someone understands. We're not, you know, God is just. And God knows what we're going through on this earth. God knows what temptation feels like to us. That's why he sent his son Jesus to go through all of these things. And think about it. Like Jesus, he performed miracles. He healed, you know, the sick. He allowed the blind to see. He was able to perform miracles. You know, he performed 153 to be exact. And they crucified him. They killed him. Nailed him to the cross like he was any murderer, killer, rapist out there on the street. And he was crucified and they're criminals. I mean, you know, there were those two, the thief and the, you know, that story where he was with the others on there, and he didn't deserve that. But he went through it, you know, and for our benefit. And so thinking of someone so righteous, so blameless, going through something like that, who didn't do anything to anybody, but actually healed people and did right by people. Killed that way, what do we expect? Like, how do we expect our lives to go? You know, if you're feeling crucified, you know, just call on him. Call on his name. You know, and just, like they always say, when you hit rock bottom, ain't no way to go but up. You will prevail. You will make it through this. We will make it through this. With all the things going on in our society, this is a recipe for sadness. This is a recipe for despair. You know, this is a recipe for uncertainty and anger and doubt. So, you know, just keep on keeping on. Only, you know, the faith of a mustard seed can move mountains. So, you know, he will not forsake you. And I just hope that, you know, this touches somebody. And I love you as always, and I hope everybody out there is doing okay. Whoever is watching this, I send my love and my positive energy out to you. All right? Have a good one. Take care.